Manchester United will press ahead for a move for Viktor Gyökeres in the summer, in a sign the striker will not leave Sporting Lisbon this month. Gyökeres has emerged as one of the most desired strikers in Europe since joining Sporting from Coventry City in 2022. He scored 43 goals in 50 games to fire them to the Primera Liga title in his debut season. He has followed that up with another impressive campaign in front of goal. The Swedish star has registered 32 strikes in just 30 games to make him one of the leading transfer targets this month. United and Arsenal are both among the clubs chasing the 26-year-old, though he still has another 3 years to run on his contract. That puts Sporting in a strong negotiating position. With that in mind, United are now ready to park their pursuit and come back in for Gyökeres in the summer. That is according to The Independent, who claim the Red Devils are hopeful of holding off their competition to complete a deal at the end of the season. Gyökeres is understood to have an £83 million release clause in his contract. United would not be able to afford that this month without a number of sales, while Sporting are also keen to keep hold of their star striker this month. The two clubs are said to have a good relationship, adding credence to the belief that Gyökeres is more likely to move in the summer. The striker is understood to be keen to step up a level and would love to work with Ruben Amorim, now at United again. While there is hope from within United that they can win a summer race for Gyökeres, Arsenal may mount a move this month. Gunners Chiefs have raised the 26-year-old as a potential target. The injury to Gabriel Jesus has seen them approve a move for a striker in this month's window. Gyökeres, RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko and Brighton's Evan Ferguson have all been mentioned as targets, though Sporting boss Rui Borges is clear he wants his striker to stay until the summer. If we always believe the news. Football is made of this. Players have clauses. It's a big business. As a coach, my focus is on what I have to work on the pitch. That is my primary concern, Borges said earlier this month. I try not to stray from that, as it's the only thing I can control. The rest relates to the club, the structure, the clauses. He is a unique player who is aligned with the team and his teammates. Right there, he is already way ahead. We do not shy away from the importance he holds. Having to adapt someone to the team, to the club. Some adapt quicker, others less so. Viktor is an important player, and any coach would like to have him until the end of the season. Manchester United's heroic defensive effort at the Emirates Stadium was one that Erik Ten Hag might have enjoyed had he tuned in. Lisandro Martinez led from the front with aggression as always. Noussair Mazraoui showed that spirit and fight that has already made him a cult hero at Old Trafford. Lastly, Matthijs de Ligt played a prominent role in keeping Arsenal at bay. De Ligt was the only member of the back three to see out the full 120 minutes in defence. Harry Maguire lasted 104 minutes before the illness that forced him out of training on Friday caught up with him, while Martinez ended the game at centre-forward, with United prioritising height in the back three as Arsenal went with an aerial bombardment. Maguire was magnificent and earned plenty of plaudits for his performance, but De Ligt was equally as impressive alongside him. The Dutchman blocked everything near him and won plenty of headers, while his clearance from under his crossbar in extra time was exceptional. It was a good day to be in United's defence, except for Diogo Dalot, who was dismissed just after the hour mark. Mazraoui played both wing-back roles, won countless key headers from set-pieces and ended the game in the back three. His initial £12.8 million, rising to £16 million, move from Bayern Munich last summer looks like a steal, and Ruben Amorim has quickly become a fan. But for De Ligt, the class has taken longer to shine through. At £42.7 million, he was the more expensive of the two players to join United from Bayern in a double deal in August. He also came with those familiar Ten Hag questions. Ten Hag had made De Ligt his captain at Ajax as a teenager. Now, he was pushing for a reunion with a player who hadn't hit the heights expected in the 5 years since he left Amsterdam. Juventus and Bayern sold him at a loss and endured a shaky start at Old Trafford. This summer, he didn't get a kick for the Netherlands in the European Championship. When his opportunity arrived for his country in September, he was at fault for goals against Bosnia and Germany, and Ronald Koeman took him off at half-time in the latter game to protect him. Ten Hag praised De Ligt when he returned to Carrington and said his quality would shine through at United once he had settled in at the club, having missed out on pre-season. I know Matt, and he's a great personality. His character, he will overcome this and will bounce back in this situation, Dutch squad, Ten Hag said in September. Definitely not his club situation. I'm not afraid for this situation. I know his qualities, I know his personality, and I know he'll fight back. De Ligt's reunion with Ten Hag lasted only a dozen games before the manager was sacked at the end of October. De Ligt was pained to see the man who had handed him his chance at Ajax and now brought him to Old Trafford go, but he has thrived under Amorim. For all the question marks of the suitability of some players to fit into Amorim's 3-4-2-1 system, his central defenders look well suited to the shape. It is bringing the best out of Maguire. Martinez offers left-footed balance and passing, and De Ligt has played in the system for club and country before. De Ligt has started 10 of Amorim's 13 games in charge, and his partnership with Maguire and Martinez is beginning to flourish. Others stole the headlines at the Emirates, but De Ligt was excellent. With Ten Hag gone, he has settled in without the spotlight that came with being another Dutch signing and another former Ajax player in the previous regime. It was a familiar approach for Ten Hag in the transfer market. It's not been without its success, however. Martinez is returning to his best form, Mazraoui has been excellent so far, and De Ligt is beginning to show signs of returning to his best. All three are key now for Amorim, but De Ligt deserves his moment in the spotlight. Bruno Fernandes has challenged his Manchester United teammates to continue to reach the standard they set in the win over Arsenal. United progressed to the fourth round of the competition after a 5-3 victory over the Gunners on penalties. Joshua Zirkzee converted the decisive spot kick after goalkeeper Altay Bayindir had earlier denied Kai Havertz. The contest had finished 1-1 after 120 minutes, with Gabriel cancelling out Fernandes' opener with 63 minutes played. Between the two goals, and just 2 minutes before Gabriel's equaliser, United were reduced to 10 men when Diogo Dalot was sent off for a second bookable offence. Bayindir denied Martin Odegaard from the penalty spot 9 minutes after the Gunners had dragged themselves level, producing a brilliant save down to his left. United then continued to defend heroically, with the likes of Harry Maguire and Matthijs de Ligt superb at the back. Having performed so well against Liverpool at Anfield 7 days earlier, United's last two performances suggest they have turned a corner under head coach Ruben Amorim. But Fernandes is refusing to get carried away, shifting the focus to Thursday's clash with Southampton at Old Trafford. It doesn't have to do anything, to be honest, Fernandes told MUTV when asked what the victory should do for the squad. What you have to understand is that in certain moments we will suffer. If we suffer together, do it as a team. If we really believe in each other, we can go through difficult things, as was today. But now the difficult part for us is that we have to understand that we have to do this week in, week out. Fernandes revealed what Amorim told his players after the win over Arsenal, adding now, as the manager just said, it's not week in, week out. In just 3 days, we have to do it again. We are going to play Southampton, who are last in the league. Everyone is really tired, but you cannot find excuses or whatever. We have to take that away from us and have to understand that we have set a standard, and we have to keep this standard higher, not lower.